just want to bring this to your attention because literally as I was posting the COVID-19 epic 45-minute YouTube video, it's actually still hasn't uploaded yet as I'm recording this video. Trevor Bedford tweeted another little tweety poo that was reacting to a USA Today headline that says 8 strains of the coronavirus are circling the globe. And so now he's getting asked, if you get one strain of COVID-19 and recover, do you have immunity to the other 7 strains? And so this is actually exactly one of the points that I was making in the previous video, that, you know, the way the public thinks about mutation and evolution in terms of, you know, pandemics and in terms of just, you know, superheroes or whatever, is really different than the way we as competent evolutionary biologists should be thinking about evolution. And unfortunately, strain is another word that gets thrown around a little bit willy-nilly. And I was doing that in the previous video too. I was using strain a little bit inconsistently, which is actually consistent with some of the ways that, you know, other people in the world use this term. So he's just reiterating the idea that, sure, if you want to break up COVID-19 into 8 different major clades, you could potentially do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. But all of these genetic substitutions, all of these mutations that have given rise to the genetic variation that we see in SARS-CoV-2 now, they're not likely to be that big of an influence on the phenotype of the virus. They're really unlikely to change the way your immune response will recognize the virus. And so really the answer to that question is you probably will be immune if you've been infected once. We don't totally know that yet, but there's no reason to suspect that each new strain would be unrecognized by your immune system. So, you know, a really important point is that some of the capsid proteins that are just on the outside of the coronavirus as it's being transmitted and potentially, you know, circulating in people's bloodstreams, there's not a lot of phenotypic variation in the proteins that are most important for immune recognition. So, you know, take this with a grain of salt, but in general, if you hear, you know, hype about how much genetic variation there is in SARS-CoV-2 right now in the world, it's unlikely to be correlated with immunologically significant or pathologically, epidemiologically significant phenotypic changes in the virus. Okay, that's all.